Right now on a special edition newscast, record-breaking heat hits the Portland metro, how people are taking advantage.
It's like, oh my God, it's finally happened. All that waiting, all those clouds and rain, you're like, it's time.
And in national headlines, the federal government's new mission on an international trade route that's been blocked by the war in Iran. And a live look at the Multnomah Athletic Club, which remains shut down after an explosives-filled car crashed into the building.
You know, you can do a protest, do a peaceful protest. Don't hurt anybody.
What we know about the suspect. Thanks so much for joining us on this special edition of KGW News. I'm John Adams. Here's a live look outside just after 7:30 now, where not only did we see the warmest day of the year at PDX, but we also had record-breaking heat. Many locations topping out around 90 degrees out there. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is with us tonight. Joe, is this the earliest we've ever seen 90 in Portland?
Pretty close. Now, the earliest we've seen 90-degree day was on April 30th, 1998. Now, today is actually the second earliest. I need to change that to May 3rd. On average, John, we're about 6 weeks ahead of schedule. On average, we're seeing our first 90-degree day right around June 18th. But we're still seeing some very warm conditions out there. Now, the high today was 91 degrees. We're seeing a temperature of 83 degrees. Taking a look at Portland's living room right now from our Pioneer Park building camera. Very pleasant out there in the metro area. It might be a little bit muggy the more south and kind of east you go. We are picking up a little bit of some thunderstorm activity on the radar. It's not going to be impacting us here in the metro area, but there is that upper level low that's bringing in some showers throughout parts of Nevada, Northern California, and that low is pushing in some shower activity throughout parts of Lynn and Lane County this evening. And going into tomorrow, we'll start to see some more of an onshore flow up and down the Oregon coastline. So expect to see some dense fog to start things off along the central Oregon coast tomorrow, but by the afternoon, those clouds lift. Is it going to be another day with temperatures right around record breaking? No, we're going to be seeing much cooler conditions, but still highs will be in the mid to the upper 70s. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Like Joe said, temperatures soared into the 90s today with the Portland metro under a heat advisory. A burst of heat this big, unusual this early in the year, and people that enjoy the heat were out there taking advantage of it. A popular spot today, Sauvie Island, which is where our Jay Coulter brings us the story.
Well, the beach was the place to be Sunday, as people we spoke with said the unseasonably high temperatures were the perfect excuse to just take a lazy day and enjoy this first taste of summer.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but I guess it brings May heat.
Beachgoer Olivia up from Tigard Sunday morning to relax and soak up the sun on Sauvie Island.
You know, I don't feel like we get a lot of warm weather, so just enjoying. And I'm originally from Arizona, so I miss the heat.
Temperatures reaching the 90s Sunday, which forecasters say runs 15 to 25 degrees warmer than the average this time of year.
I'm always a little bit surprised with how much hotter it's getting every year, earlier in the year, but it's not that shocking. Just meant that we could get outside and enjoy some of the sunshine a little bit earlier.
I think everyone's mood just greatly improved immensely. Literally, you could be in the office, everyone's like, oh, I'm going gardening this weekend, I'm going to be outside.
Olivia considered gardening, but a beach day won out instead.
We've had some to-dos house-wise on our garden, so we thought maybe we'll just tackle that this weekend, but then our friend was like, you know what, let's really ring in summer right and head out to Sauvie Island, and here we are enjoying this beautiful weather.
Sauvie Island, a popular choice Sunday. Why Sauvie?
Really, honestly, just friend recommendations. It's a huge beach. Also, to get out here before the permits kick in.
Those permits, the new Sauvie Island beach parking permits, aimed at limiting capacity on the island during busy periods. The $10 daily permits are required on weekends and holidays starting June 15th through Labor Day. Jay Coulter, KGW News.
All right, Jake, thanks so much. New into the newsroom today, Salem police are investigating a deadly shooting involving a Woodburn police officer. It started last night just before 10:45 when officers were responding to reports of an aggressive man causing a disturbance on Arney Road on the edge of town. Police say the suspect, 37-year-old Israel Hernandez Martinez, had multiple tire irons on him when they approached. There was a fight and one officer fired, hitting Hernandez Martinez. He would be pronounced dead on scene. The Marion County Sheriff's Office and Oregon State Police are also helping in that investigation. Gresham police are asking for help finding this missing 12-year-old girl. Investigators say Armani Crittenden left her home on Southeast Laura Avenue on Friday afternoon around 2:30. Surveillance video showing her walking away with a black backpack. Armani is 5'1", about 105 pounds, with black hair in braids. She was last seen wearing a green long-sleeve shirt, red and black pajama pants, and light-colored shoes. Anyone with information about where she may be should call 911. The cleanup continues at the Multnomah Athletic Club one day after a person drove a vehicle with explosives inside into the building's lobby. Here is a live look at what is going on there right now. According to the Oregonian, citing a law enforcement source, 48-year-old Bruce Whitman is the man who drove into the building. The newspaper describing Whitman as a disgruntled former employee who had been let go from his job as a bartender at the club a number of years ago. This is video allegedly showing Whitman driving around in the lobby of the building before the car went up in flames. Law enforcement found a body inside the vehicle, presumed to be Whitman. Explosive specialists were on scene throughout the day on Saturday.
I just wish people would find better ways of talking to each other and don't shoot people, don't blow stuff up. Just try to, you can do a protest, do a peaceful protest. Don't hurt anybody. That's my point of view.
The MAC has acknowledged it did send out communications to club members due to the actions of a former employee, urging caution, but they declined to name who that individual is. The club says it will be closed through at least May 11th. In Pierce County, Washington, a 16-year-old is being charged as an adult in a violent mass stabbing at a Tacoma high school. In court, 16-year-old Waleed Asaki pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of first-degree assault with a deadly weapon. Video and eyewitness testimony revealing the teen was telling victims to hit him before the attack. Prosecutors raised concerns about community safety, citing what they call volatile behavior.
He was stabbed several times. Surgeons had to remove a section of his lung due to the damage. None of the victims were armed with a weapon. The state's information is that Mr. Asaki had previously transferred high schools due to an incident where he was swinging a belt at other students.
Court documents show this may have started with a dispute the day before, possibly over a stolen item. Asaki is due back in court June 1st with a jury trial scheduled for June 17th. Now check out this body camera footage showing intense flames coming from a garage in Milwaukee. This was just before 2:20 yesterday afternoon on Southeast River Forest Place. Despite the intense scene, Clackamas Fire was able to get the fire under control in about 10 minutes with no reported injuries and keeping the damage limited to just that garage. Late today, President Trump's rolling out a new push to help ships safely travel through the Strait of Hormuz, with new questions about the prospects of an Iranian peace proposal. Ralph Sanchez reports.
Tonight, President Trump announcing the U.S. will guide ships trapped in the Strait of Hormuz to safety at the request of third-party nations not involved in the war with Iran, saying, "We've told these countries that we will guide their ships safely out of these restricted waterways so that they can freely and ably get on with their business." The president dubbing the plan Operation Freedom and saying it will begin Monday morning Middle East time, but giving few details, including whether Iran has agreed to let the ships pass. Earlier, Mr. Trump appearing to reject Iran's latest offer in ceasefire negotiations, telling Israeli media the terms are not acceptable, and refusing to rule out a return to fighting.
Would you restart military strikes on targets?
Well, I don't want to say that. I mean, I can't tell that to a reporter. If they misbehave, if they do something bad, but right now, we'll see. But, it's a possibility that could happen, certainly.
Earlier today, another suspected Iranian attack on a cargo ship in the Strait of Hormuz, with multiple speedboats opening fire off the Iranian coast, according to a British maritime agency. No injuries were reported. Iran says it would reopen the critical waterway in return for the U.S. lifting its naval blockade, which has been crushing the Iranian economy and blocking its oil exports. But the offer does not address Iran's nuclear program, a key American demand. The standoff in the strait means rising gas prices and economic pain for Americans, while in Iran, the toll on everyday people is even more severe. This cafe owner says before the ceasefire, we didn't really have much of an economy, but now our situation has become worse.
Back here locally, excitement was through the roof at the Moda Center tonight as the Portland Fire made their return to the Rose City official, hosting the LA Sparks in their final preseason matchup. And for the city, tonight's game was 20-plus years in the making. The Moda Center Plaza was packed for pregame festivities, which included music, former players hyping up the crowd, and face painting for kids. The team last played a game in Portland all the way back in August of 2002, when it was still called the Rose Garden. Now the reignited Fire come with new players, a new logo, and a new brand, and a new generation of fans thrilled to see the WNBA right back in Portland.
I'm really excited. I've been waiting 25 years. We were season ticket holders back when we were first around.
I've been a WNBA fan since I was a kid, so it's a dream come true to come see it live and in the city.
Go Fire! Woo! Well, the Fire weren't able to send fans home with a win, falling 85-75. Their home opener and first regular season game is next Saturday at the Moda Center against the Chicago Sky. Tip-off there is at 6 p.m. Well, a top ESPN broadcaster offering an inspiring message for graduates at the University of Portland's commencement this morning. Honorary doctorate, University of Portland grad and Emmy Award winner Malika Andrews urging grads to stay the course and envision more for themselves.
Important to know, even somebody who has had the success that I've been lucky enough to have, it didn't come without having to go through some setbacks and having to push through things that I didn't necessarily foresee for myself.
In just 9 years since graduating from the University of Portland, Andrews has rocketed to the top of the sports broadcasting world, first writing for the New York Times and now hosting NBA Today and other sports broadcasts on ESPN. Her advice to grads: don't be overly rigid with their goals and their to-do lists.
But they have to be a guide. They can't be the rigid rule book, because there's something out there for you that's meant for you that you can't totally plan for. And this is coming from the Queen planner.
In 2022, Andrews made history as the first woman to host the NBA draft. As an undergrad, she served as editor-in-chief of the University of Portland's student newspaper, The Beacon.